Mancini hits one to right field. Pretty well hit. Sheets all the way back. Looking up. This ball's gone! Trey Mancini hits his 4th home run as an Astro and puts Houston on top 1-0. Bregman shoots one into right center field. That'll be down for a 2 RBI base hit. Astros take a 3-0 lead. Alex Bregman with his 4th double of the series and drives in 2 more. Bregman drives one to left field, all the way back. Forget about it. Alex Bregman puts the Astros in double figures with a 10 spot today.
Astros at 4 right here on the Wheelhouse. Astros currently have 12 runs and counting. This game effectively over against the Chicago White Sox. They lead 12-4 in the top of the 7th inning. Alex Bregman, 6 RBIs today, 3 for 4, 3 runs scored. Dad strength, fellas. I talked about this before the year even began. We knew Alex Bregman's wife was pregnant, expected to give birth to their child around this time, and here we are. And Alex Bregman, over the last now 19 games, has not had a stretch like this since he was the runner-up for the MVP award in that 2019 season.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened, but he sort of like absorbed how good Jordan was. Like Jordan's kind of been like, yeah, recently, and then Bregman's picked it up, and it's like, hey, you guys could be good at the same time, you know? Like Bregman, there was a whole June where, you know, you could have done this. Jordan, there's a whole August where you could be doing this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you guys could be good at the same time. Look, 2019-ish Bregman showing up, BK, I think your phrasing was that'd be the best trade the Astros could have.
Yeah.
Like, this guy is finally showcasing what we know he's capable of doing on a night-in, night-out basis. There'd be flashes. Remember, there was like a whole week where we were like, Bregman's back, and then he was not back because it was just that week for like a month. Feels like he's very back.
Yeah. He's back.
He's back.
I think he's been back. Let's get Chris Berman here calling the home run derby to describe how back Alex Bregman is. That's what we need. An unbelievable day for him. Look, the entire Astros offense showed up and showed out today. They won last night, which is good, but the offense kind of sputtered through the first 3 games of this series, and against Lucas Giolito, who used to do the guaranteed rate commercials.
The worst pitcher in all of baseball.
Well, today was a guaranteed rake for the Astros. That's what they did. Everybody's got a hit. The party's on in Chicago. And look, a series split. You want more than that? You always want to win every series, and the first 2 games felt like gut punches and groin kicks, but the Astros responded with a nice W last night, and they're putting it on the Chiefs Sox today. So, fun way to wrap up the time in Chicago.
We talked about this before we got to the end of this series when we were talking about this White Sox matchup against the Astros, and I think the conversation point was you're not winning every game in the playoffs. You're not going 11-0 in the playoffs and winning the World Series that way. So how you respond and who responds are very important aspects of gauging what they're capable of as a baseball team. Well, after you have a gut punch, and I think you called the next game a groin kick, BK, well, Fromber just goes out there and does Fromber things. Just goes out there and takes care of business like Fromber usually does take care of business. You eke out a close one. You hold on to it this time. And then on getaway day, it's like, you know what? We're not ready to leave Chicago yet. Hold that plane because we got some runs to score. And then you just put it on them. And it feels like everybody's in on the hit parade today.
Domination. 12 runs and counting, and we're still in the 7th inning. They had 10 runs, I think, by the end of the 4th inning. So this team, this is what you want to see after you lose 2 tough games in Chicago. Not that I thought this team would unravel and they wouldn't play well, but this is why you have faith that, you know, in the playoffs when they lose a tough game, they'll be able to bounce back. Because you're right, Cody. You're not going to go 11-0 in the postseason. And the way they have played these last 2 nights gives you a lot of confidence that this team's got a great chance to come out of the American League and win a championship.
Well, and look, it's 11 runs later, so it matters a little bit less. But, oh, my God, Trey Mancini can play back-to-back days and be productive in back-to-back days.
Hit a home run his first at bat.
Was that a big surprise for Dusty Baker when he saw that? Like, okay, I played this guy back-to-back days. He's productive both days.
Yeah, he messed up. He didn't realize he had made that mistake until he turned in the lineup card, until it was too late. He was mad at himself for putting Mancini in 2 days in a row.
Treats the opposing locker room for the coach like Ricky Vaughn treated his locker after he got fake cut, like punching it. Like, no, I can't believe I've done this.
Yeah, it's almost like Trey Mancini's a pretty good ball player.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like seeing him out there. Big sack fly last night actually was the difference in the game. It was relatively early on, but that was the separator. That was the third run the Astros scored in a 3-2 game. And obviously the home run today. 4 homers since joining the Astros. Get that guy out there a little bit more because good things happen when he's in the batter's box.
All he does is beat cancer and hit bombs. Trey Mancini.
All he does is beat cancer and hit bombs. By the way, I know who we credit for Alex Bregman's big day. That would be home plate umpire Ramon De Jesus. First at bat of the game for Breggy. 3-2 count, a ball well below the zone, called strike 3. Very delayed strike 3. Like Bregman had already taken off his shin guard. He was walking to first. Everybody assumed it was a walk, and then you got the late punch-out call. The umpire pissed him off because since then he's gone 2-run double, 2-run double, 2-run home run. So we got to thank Ramon De Jesus for hooking up Alex Bregman in the Astros today.
Was it Cintron, the hitting coach, got tossed? Is that what happened? Arguing balls and strikes in the first inning? I think it was Cintron that got tossed. Get him tossed every day. This is going to happen. Have him show up every day yelling at the umpires before the game starts. Get him out of there.
Yeah, 13-4 now. Astros 8 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Very opportunistic. Something we talked about yesterday that I want to bring up here. And I got to give our show credit because I think we were right. Now it's one game sample size, but
it's enough for me.
Shouldn't Ryan Stanek be the 8th inning guy?
Yeah, why wouldn't you just use the hot reliever right now? Relievers are so fickle, man. Like, a guy could be rolling, all of a sudden they have a bad outing and it affects them for the next couple, or maybe it's a one-off. You have a bunch of guys that have experience in some high-leverage spots. Stanek has shown the ability all year to be really consistent. Give him the opportunity and see what you have in that situation.
I mean, Ryan Stanek's been hot all year. His ERA is 1.09, which is the lowest of anybody on this Astros team and one of the lowest amongst all relievers in Major League Baseball. He's been really good all season long. He got into a little bit of a jam, but the difference between him and Hector Neris the night before and Rafael Montero the night before that back on Monday was Stanek was able to get out of it. He was able to get out of it. And he's got a 2.45 ERA in the 8th inning. Neris has a 4.63 ERA in the 8th inning after giving up that run on Tuesday. So, man, I don't know if it's going to be an every-time thing, but it's something to monitor. I think it should be an every-time thing where Ryan Stanek is this team's 8th inning guy because outside of Ryan Presley, he's the guy that I trust the most.
Whenever I see the opportunity to have an 8th inning guy and a 9th inning guy that you just fully trust go out there in those situations, it makes me think about I guess there was that one stretch where you had a 7th, 8th, and 9th inning guy with Lidge, Dotel, and Wagner. And then after that, it was Lidge, Dotel. And it's like, okay, you got to get to the 8th, and then you got the 8th and the 9th taken care of. That feels that way with Stanek and Ryan Presley. So operate that way, Dusty. Dusty's come up in the time in baseball when you have an 8th inning guy and a 9th inning guy, and you pitch them back-to-back on every day you can. Like, come on.
I'll give him credit for last night. Now, it was the obvious move last night because Stanek hadn't pitched since Friday, which was ridiculous. The fact that the Astros had played some close games and Stanek couldn't find his way out there. But he did make the call to go to Stanek last night. Didn't go back to Montero, didn't go back to Neris to try to get those guys' confidence up. He wanted to win that ball game. Stanek was the call, and it was the right one. So, pushed the right button last night.
That's kind of how you draw it up, man. Fromber, Stanek, Presley. Let's swap out Fromber. Verlander, Stanek, Presley. Swap out Verlander. McCullers, maybe one more guy. Stanek, Presley. That's how you draw it up, baby.
We talked about Bregman being red hot. Any love for Yuli Gurriel continuing his recent stretch of hitting the baseball at a high level?
He's had a good day. 3 hits, a couple of RBIs. Still don't like him in the 2-hole, but he's been hot over the last 7 days. So
he's now up to 248 on the season.
Got to give him his flowers.
This is the second dead cat bounce for Yuli's season. The first one was July, and he bounced pretty high, and then he came back down to earth to start August, and now it's like a little smaller bounce.
Now, we get new listeners to this program all the time. We're now 1 year in as a show. Cody, what is a dead cat bounce for those who don't know?
It's when a stock that is just plummeting horribly has like a slight rebound and then immediately goes back down shortly after that. It is not actually a dead cat bouncing off of the pavement.
I was going to say, have you tried that before?
No. God, no.
You should. They have 9 lives, so if it doesn't go well, they still got 8 more.
Yeah.
If they're already dead, it feels like they've expired all 9.
Oh, that's true. What about a live cat bounce?
We don't do that.
Has that ever been tested
Could
before?
we, though?
It's just a saying. Nobody's got actually bounce physics on passed away cats, fellas.
Okay. Damn it.
This should be a fun stretch to watch the Astros here because after the series wraps up today with the split, and the Astros are certainly well on their way to doing that, you look ahead, nice little World Series rematch on the docket with the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, the 2021 World Series is on the line tomorrow night. Lance McCullers is on the mound, and if McCullers pitches well and the Astros win, they win the 2021 World Series.
Is it just tomorrow, or is it the entirety of the 3-game set?
It's just tomorrow because Lance wasn't there for the World Series.
Ah.
And so if he doesn't pitch good, then it's the whole series. It's for the 2021 World Series.
Okay.
If he pitches really good, it's tomorrow.
Yeah, so if they win tomorrow, the Stros get the World Series. If they lose tomorrow and win Saturday and Sunday, then the Stros also get the World Series.
Correct.
And if the Astros lose the series altogether, they still get the World Series.
I mean, I'm okay with that if you're okay with that.
Yeah. Okay, what's more likely to happen? Me doing a live cat bounce or that happening? Or the Stros leave Atlanta somehow with the World Series title from last year?
So loser punishment this year in the Wheelhouse of Fortune should be the live cat bounce with one of us having to jump off somewhere.
No, I don't.
What?
Oh, us being the bounce?
Well, BK, you were just talking about maybe doing it.
What?
No, I was talking about not me doing it. I was talking about a cat, but I wasn't actually going to throw a cat on the ground.
I thought you were talking about like you actually doing it yourself and trying it.
What is me bouncing? I just go on a trampoline.
No, but
I have to be dead to do a dead BK bounce?
No,
Is that what you're suggesting?
I'm suggesting the punishment being a live one of us bounce
Like jump up and down?
from a very high building. some
What
sort.
are you saying?
I don't get it.
The loser punishment is a live one member of the Wheelhouse having to do
You want us to
a bounce.
jump off of a roof onto pavement?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
That's a
that's
jump.
not going to be one of the punishments. Let's move on.
It's also not a bounce. That's a jump, isn't it?
What?
You jump off of a cliff. You jump off of a tall building. You don't bounce.
The bounce is
You got to throw the cat somewhere for it
when
to
you,
bounce.
When
Am
you
I-
hit the ground. You don't bounce. Humans don't bounce like that.
Cats don't either. That's the whole point of the. Oh my god!
All
What bizarro world am I
Oh,
in where
boy.
I'm suddenly the smartest person on this show?
You
Better
didn't-
idea.
You didn't explain it very well.
Oh
You said
my
the dead
God.
count was going to bounce.
Better idea. We
Did you think the cat was on a pogo stick? What did you bounce?
we take Paul Gallant's cat.
No,
And we throw
I'm
that
not
thing.
doing anything to any cats.
He's got a cat though.
Jake's pro cancer yesterday. He's pro killing cats today. Stop it.
Definitely not pro cancer.
Get help.
I am pro a live cat bounce though.
No.
I'm a dog person.
Oh,
I got no use for cats.
Do some research on dead cat bounces now.
Congratulations. You did it. You made it through another one of my videos. Look, if you're a Houston sports fan, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to my channel right now. Like this video. Plus, listen to The Wheelhouse, the show that you just watched on YouTube. You can listen to it on the radio every single weekday from 3 to 7 p.m. on ESPN 97.5 FM and 92.5 FM.